very happy for you to be on. I was always planning on having you on once we followed each other.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I just get so unmotivated to do my podcast because it's such a stressful experience for me.
Right. I feel like it's different running your own show versus showing up to someone else's. I love the pressure of just coming in and being a guest on someone's podcast. That's just the right amount of like nervousness and anxiousness that I can deal with before it's like I become debilitated. When I do my own, I'm like, no.
Have you ever done your own?
I did, and then I gave up so quickly. I was like, no.
What was it called?
It was called, oh my God, it was such a vulgar name. It was called Pussy Bandit because I don't even remember what it was. It was like somebody said the name. Someone called me a pussy bandit randomly at night because I get this like the second wind of energy around 2 a.m. If I stay up past midnight at 2 a.m., I get this burst of energy where I become a fucking menace. Truly, I am terrorizing anyone in my household who's awake. I am running around. I am dancing. I am picking at stuff.
I wish that was me.
I'm chasing my dog. Like I become a bandit in the night. And so somebody called me a pussy bandit once, and yeah, I just used that as a name, but I probably shouldn't have used that name. It was terrible for like any sort of sponsorship monetization.
So how many episodes did you do of it?
I want to say I did one episode for about 4 or 5 months, and then I gave up on it. I was like, no, this is not for me. This was fun, but not for me.
One episode for every week, or?
Yeah, for every week.
And what kind of guests did you have on?
I didn't have too many guests. I brought my sister on. I brought, it was also like my college friend was in there with me, and she and I would just talk.
Yeah, I feel like that's
for
good.
About an hour, which was good. But it became more so her and I talking about random stuff, which is, I guess, what a podcast is. But I kind of lost my love for podcasting. So I was like, let's not do this if I don't actually want to do it. I'd rather just hang out with my friend without a camera.
Why did you lose your love for it?
I feel like I got to a point where I felt like I had nothing to offer podcasting wise. I don't feel like my life is interesting at all. I don't feel like anything I do is worth the note or worth sharing with the world. And so I am one of those people who will always say, why does anyone care? Why should I post this? Why should I go on my way and make content? No one's going to watch. Nobody cares. So I talk myself out of doing a lot that way.
Were you not getting very many views?
I wasn't doing like crazy views, maybe a couple of thousand. But even then, I feel like if I enjoy doing the podcast on my own, I still would have done it if 5 people were watching. I just realized I didn't like it as much. I like being like someone's sidekick. I like being there in the corner, laughing, adding my 2 cents every now and then, doing a behind the scenes job when it comes to production rather than being in front of the camera.
Yeah. It gets stressful, like, because you're the one that's in charge and having to like direct everything.
Yeah. Do you feel that pressure, that stress when you have to record these?
Yeah, for sure. Like every single time, because even like off camera, like meeting new people is a stressful experience for me, and it's just
so stressful. I feel you on a spiritual level on that.
It's like basically just confronting all my fears having a podcast, and I don't know why I thought it was a good idea.
But here you are, still kicking.
Yeah, I still like doing it every once in a while, and I feel like my fans like it. Like I always get comments like, "When's a new podcast episode?" Yeah. So if they
I also
like
love the sound of your voice.
Oh, thank you.
I love the sound of your voice.
What about it do you like?
I just like it's very soothing to me. I feel like I can have your voice on in the background and just feel very at ease.
Aww.
Sometimes I hear people's voices and there's just a certain type of person when they speak, there's a cadence to them where I feel safe. You're like what I wish my mom was to me. I think that's what it is, your voice. It's like kind.
It's like nurturing.
Yeah, kind of nurturing. My mom was more of like a tough love person. Yeah. I think that's it. I think I'm in therapy right now for my mommy issues.
Well, thank you. Yeah. I can actually I feel like I can change my voice to be however I want it to be. Like if I want to sound a little bit more manly, I could just turn on some raspiness.
Okay, Matthew McConaughey, I see you.
I'm not very good at accents though, so I can't do that. But
See, this is exactly like the type of stuff during podcasting that stresses me out so much. Like as a guest, I don't care. I'm like, oh, you're doing great.
You're
sweetie.
the best guest to have, though.
Yeah. Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. But as a host, I stress out. I freak out. Like, why am I taking so long? And then I don't realize until later rewatching the episode that I'm speaking like I'm on something. Like I'm not taking a breath in between. I'm not thinking about my words. My sentences make no sense. It's just because I'm so anxious and I'm so stressed and I want to do a good job.
Yeah, I feel like people understand though, like watching, like they can put themselves in our shoes and understand, and I'm just doing the best I can.
Yeah. I'm just trying my best.
Yeah, we're just trying our best out here.
Yeah.
But I was going to ask you, since you said that you don't have like anything to offer and that's why people like you feel like you don't want to continue podcasting, you don't have any like special talents or quirks?
Special talents. When I was a kid, I was really good at hula hooping.
Oh.
Like I was able to get a hula hoop from like my arm over to my neck, down to my waist, to my feet, and back to my arm, like just like circle up and down. And so for the longest time, my biggest dream as a child was to be a go-go dancer in my 20s. Oh. Like I thought that was going to be the natural progression of my life because I grew up in San Jose and around a lot of Vietnamese people. And it was very common for Vietnamese girls to go from working at a boba shop to then the natural progression is working at a Vietnamese coffee shop, which was basically like, it's like a Starbucks, a Hooters, and like a strip club had a baby. It's like scantily clad, almost like a tilted kilt, but for coffee.
Okay.
And so it's just like an easy way for you to make extra money and tips, and a lot of the like culture around Vietnamese coffee shops at the time in the 2000s was very like, you knew you were coming here just to look at a pretty girl serve you coffee and have a good conversation, and it wasn't like rowdy at all. There wasn't any connotation of like someone's gonna try to take advantage of you or like you should be scared walking to your car late at night. And so a lot of girls just did that, and I wanted to go the more like, in my head, I thought it was like the artsy route. I was going to be a go-go dancer. And I was never a go-go dancer. I never got there.
What happened?
Stage fright. Definitely stage fright. Yeah. But I pushed through it. I started doing theater instead to try to get past that stage fright. And then I never got to the go-go dancing part.
Dang. Yeah. I would love to see you go-go dance.
Oh my God. I thought go-go dancers were like the baddest bitches.
I don't even know what go-go dancing is.
Go-go dancing is essentially the girls or the guys in the clubs who weren't bottle service. They were like ambient, like they were there for the ambiance. They were like dancing, having a good time. You'd
like on the tabletops, kind of?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Them. I wanted to be the go-go dancers at like raves, at like EDC and Insomniac. That was my goal.
Dang, I wish you would have done it.
Truly.
Are you on TikTok?
Yes, but I'm much more of a consumer of TikTok than I am a TikTok creator.
I think that you should become a TikTok creator, and I think you should start doing your hula hoop tricks.
Yeah, just like day by day, getting better at like day one of honestly, becoming a go-go dancer.
Yeah, I think you should do that. And I think that would be a great business move for you because it would like draw in more viewers and it's like an interesting thing. It's unique. Like, yeah. And then you could maybe talk about it on your podcast.
I love TikTok though. I stay on TikTok for hours and I don't realize how in tune my algorithm is with me that it has me questioning more about myself day in and day out because according to my algorithm, I'm a bisexual autistic woman who is a part of the Slytherin house of Hogwarts. That's my whole algorithm right now. Like Harry Potter legacy.
That's so unique. It's such a random hodgepodge of things.
So I'll just randomly ask people around me, like, do you think I'm mildly autistic? My algorithm seems to think I am.
Do you think that you actually are?
Like maybe. I don't know. According to my TikTok algorithm, yes, so I'm gonna go with that. I feel like they know me better than I know myself.
Are you bisexual?
No, but like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. I always feel like I love looking at women. I think women are the most beautiful things in this world. I love looking at a beautiful woman. Like an equally beautiful woman and an equally beautiful man walks down the street. I'm always looking at the woman.
Same.
Always. But I don't have any sexual desires towards a woman. I also feel like romantically, I don't have any feelings towards women, but I would absolutely love to be with a woman and like provide for her, maybe not in a sexual sense. Like if I had just a permanent best friend, like a girl that I did everything with, I would absolutely be okay with being the breadwinner and like taking care of her for the rest of her life. I feel like women are so much more grateful than men.
I love that.
I would do that hands down. Oh my God.
I would gladly take that place.
Yes. Oh my God. I feel like I would be, I remember this was an Ali Wong joke recently in her recent special where she said she'd be so much further in life with a wife than a husband. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think I'd be so well off with a wife. If you would like to be my wife,
I would love to be your wife.
I would gladly propose. So sorry to your boyfriend.
We'll just have a polyamorous situation going on.
Truly. I just feel like I just want a bestie I could do everything with. Mm-hmm. And that's why I feel like I would want a wife before I wanted a husband. I would want to be with a man, but I feel like I would rather be married to a woman, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. I kind of share that similar, like, wanting to take care of a woman friend, because I feel like I'm always like, that's my role with all of my female friendships. Yeah. Like, I'm always the one that, like, pays for things or, like, drives or, like, does whatever.
You're mommy.
I am mommy, but sometimes it gets annoying because I'm like I like it, but at the same time, it's like, when is it your turn?
Right. When is it your turn? And also, I think it goes left so fast the moment you need something and you realize, like, oh, I'm doing all of it. It almost feels like unrequited love. Yeah. At that point, you're like pouring so much of yourself into another person, and suddenly you realize they don't have you the same way. You're like, oh, yeah, well,
it's a bummer. But you shouldn't really be doing it for like anything that you're getting in return.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you're not getting anything out of the relationship, then
that's also an issue.
Yeah, that is also an issue.
Wow. I feel like I'm talking to my therapist right now. I love it. Truly. I feel at home.
Well, I'm glad. So my diagnosis is that you are probably not bisexual, but I can't say anything else about the other things, about your autism or your Slytherin.
Yes. I don't think I'm a Slytherin. I think I'm a Hufflepuff. Are you into Harry Potter?
I've read them. So yeah, I'd say I'm.
See, if you read them, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I love Harry Potter.
Yeah. I think I'm much more of a Hufflepuff.
I can see Ravenclaw for you.
Ravenclaw? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wouldn't say Gryffindor.
I wouldn't say Gryffindor.
I wouldn't say Slytherin either. Slytherin, I feel like
Hufflepuff is
I like people who are Slytherins. Okay. I feel like I need someone who is willing to break rules because I'm such a people pleaser, like rule follower. Like I get taken advantage of a lot, so I need a Slytherin to kind of be like, hey, bitch, lay off. Yeah. I want like a Rottweiler in my life. That's what it is. I need like a pit bull Rottweiler personality type. So I can just be like this, like, I want to be like a minion, like an asexual little yellow thing walking around having fun, vibing. That's it.
I don't think you're a Hufflepuff, though. I don't think that makes you a Hufflepuff.
Okay. But Ravenclaw.
I feel like Ravenclaw is like a good mix between like more of like I don't know, like dominating. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but I feel like if I were to be in any of them, I would be Gryffindor.
Gryffindor? I get the Gryffindor vibes. I don't even think Gryffindor is the basic vibe. I just think because they've dedicated so much of that storyline to Gryffindor, and now it's almost like I feel like there's a renaissance with Harry Potter coming back, but everyone's shitting on Gryffindor and everyone's like Team Slytherin. At least on my For You page. Maybe it's just because they keep thinking I'm a Slytherin. That's what it is.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, with all your time being on these podcasts with all these men, how was that experience? Like just constantly having to work with men?
I feel like it's fun. But it makes me miss being around women so much because I've always been in work situations where I'm one of maybe two girls or the only girl. So over time, I feel like it became really hard for me to figure out how to form female friendships unless I'm working with them. And so not working with women, now I feel like I crave like female companionship, which is why like I think I want a wife.
Right.
But yeah, it's fun. I love hanging out with guys. I think I've always been a tomboy. But the only issue is sometimes being around a lot of men, I feel like I can slowly feel myself turning into like a pick-me bitch. Just like hearing so much from like a man's point of view. Sometimes I forget that I am also a woman and that it's not that I forget that I'm a woman, but that I very much see everything from the perspective of now like a man,
like
without
you
the
relate more.
Yeah, without the consideration of what it's like to be a woman and what women go through, just because it's so heavily male oriented. But no, it's great. Other than that,
That makes sense.
Yeah, I just miss being around girls. I love female energy.
Yeah,
It's just so nice and
Me
nurturing
too.
and warm.
I definitely miss it too. Like, I have a brother and I don't have like any other female siblings or anything like that. And I feel like I'm just like constantly always around men, and I definitely miss female energy too.
How does that make you feel, just being around men all the time though in your like day-to-day life?
I like it. I feel like I definitely gravitate towards men more, which I'm trying to like
same. It's almost like a safety net. You're like, this is like what I'm used to. This is what I know. So this is what I'm drawn to.
Yeah. But I'm definitely trying to change that. I don't know. It makes me feel more. I don't even know.
Women like low key scare me now. That's a big change from not being around as many women as men. I'm now scared of women in a way where I feel intimidated by them. I just want to be your friend. I look at girls, I'm just like, I want to be your friend.
Yeah.
I swear I'm nice. I swear I'm cool. I swear I'm not weird. Please just be my friend.
Same.
And that's like the biggest difference.
Yeah,
that
I relate to
like,
that.
I want a girlfriend. Now when I have a girlfriend, I like truly just like you and me together forever.
Do you have many friends here?
Not many. A lot of my friends I made in LA while I was in college, and a lot of them ended up moving back to where they were from afterwards. So a lot of my friends now are scattered. But so it gets a little like lonely. But it also is bad because when I'm in a relationship, sometimes I forget to go out of my way to see my friends.
Same.
And because they all moved out of LA, I feel like it's harder to go see them unless I travel. So then I become like a hermit with my significant other. That's just like how it works all the time. I'm trying to break that habit right now.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty common for people that are in relationships. It definitely it takes effort to get out there and try to make new friendships and stuff.
I don't know how.
Have you ever tried Bumble BFF?
No. Wait, there's a Bumble for friendships? Wait, okay. Well, I'm going to be on Bumble after this. I'm signing up. What? My go-to for, my sister gave me this advice of if you want more female friends, follow them on Instagram, like a bunch of their stuff, comment a bunch of their stuff, and then DM them. I think I've done that maybe like 6 times. And out of those 6 times, like I've been ghosted like 5 times. So I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's fine. Okay. You don't want to be my friend. That's cool. Hope you have a nice day.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not so much about you. It's just about them, and like they're caught up in their own world.
Yeah. Also, social media accounts are weird because I haven't gotten my DMs sent properly in my account for the past like 2 years. So like maybe they didn't even see it.
What's wrong with your messages?
So when I first joined OnlyFans, I did not know that you should not be putting your link in your bio, and that's an easy way to get shadow banned.
Okay.
So instead of having like a link tree or like a snip feed, I just had my OnlyFans link on my profile. And ever since I did that, my account was, I don't even know if I would say shadow banned, but it definitely wasn't working properly for about 2 years. Like I did not get any new DMs for about 2 years. I noticed like a lot of my friends will ask me if I'm even on Instagram anymore. Like they couldn't find my account.
Interesting.
Like my stuff just didn't pop up on their feed. And so I just feel like I did something wrong. Like I broke an Instagram cardinal rule, which I'm so sorry, Instagram. Please reinstate me. I won't do it again. I promise. I'm a good girl.
You're still not reinstated?
It's getting back to normal, but it's not quite there yet. I'm just happy to be here, Instagram. I'm so sorry.
Dang. Yeah. Instagram, help her.
Instagram put me on timeout. That's really what it is.
It's fucked up.
I'm so scared.
One time I posted something on Instagram and it got like barely any likes. I was like, what's happening in my shadow ban? And I think it was the first picture I put. I think the first picture I put like triggered some alarm or something. Yeah. Because it was a picture of my butt.
Yeah.
So I just deleted it and then reposted it later without that as the first picture, and it was fine.
But also it's like, I feel like you could see butts everywhere on Instagram. Why did you shadow ban my butt specifically?
Yeah.
Like because my algorithm, because I like looking at beautiful women, is just a bunch of like beautiful women in bikinis or like really cute outfits or lingerie, which I love. I absolutely love that my feed looks like. If I had a significant other and their Instagram feed looked like mine, it'd be a red flag for them, but like that's what mine looks like.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
I love looking at pretty girls. So I am just like, why? Why am I the only one not being pushed down this algorithm? Why am I shadow banned?
Some people are definitely targeted. But does having that algorithm and feed make you feel insecure at all, or does that?
Sometimes, but I feel like it's because I'm much kinder to other people than I am myself in my own head. I just have to remind myself like we're all beautiful in our own ways, so it's fine. But I don't know. I think it makes me feel insecure if I am not spending time with women, if that makes any sense, because I have that fear in my head that like all women are scary and intimidating and they might be mean. So if I'm not spending a lot of time with women and I see a lot of like beautiful women on my feed, I'm just like, oh, this bitch thinks she's better than me, and she probably is. God damn it. But the moment I'm spending more time with women, like they're always so, in my experience, so accepting and loving and welcoming that it makes me feel more confident seeing women going out there and like posting whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it really just depends. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. I feel like my insecurity comes from like my social media, like progress.
Yeah.
Like
because it is work.
Yeah.
So it's almost like an evaluation of like, are you working hard enough? Are you doing the right things?
Do I look good enough? Like, why am I not getting enough? Why am I not getting more?
It's such a slippery slope.
Yeah. And that's like, I feel like the main like insecurity for me.
Yeah.
But I definitely relate about like the spending time with women and stuff. Like it definitely makes like that barrier like breaks down and like you can see them more for like a human being instead of just projecting your own insecurities on them.
I feel like I get nervous with social media because sometimes I fear how I'm perceived more than anything else on social media. I'm scared that like if I post this thing, because I always felt like what makes me special is not what I look like, but who I am as a person. So
which is amazing.
Oh, thanks. That's what happens when you're told you're ugly all your childhood. You form personality.
Yes.
But yeah. Oh my God. My nickname as a kid was always Baby Sumo and Miss Mike Tyson, because I was this like chubby little baby who would like stomp around the house like a little sumo wrestler. And they're like, oh, here she comes. Like, doom. It's like the Jurassic Park opening sequence where it's like the water like, doom. Doom. That was me walking into the room. But what was I even talking about? Oh, yeah. I just feel like now that I'm not on podcasts, I've developed this new insecurity of like, I don't think I have any worth anymore because people online who see me for these photos of me like dressed scantily clad, which is not an issue. But like, you don't know what makes me special. It's not because I look like that. It's because I'm like a fucking Neanderthal. Yeah. But like a lovable one.
Does that make you want to get back into podcasting more?
Not enough. If I'm being honest, not enough.
I wonder what you could do. Maybe you could like become a Twitch streamer.
Oh, Twitch would be so cool. It just looks so complicated. I
can help you set it up.
Wait, do you do Twitch?
I used to do Twitch.
How did you like it?
I personally didn't like it because I feel like it was a lot of work, like setting it up, and you have to spend a lot of time like building your fan base.
Yeah.
But it can be really rewarding.
Yeah, I have a girlfriend. Her name's Gina Darling, and she's huge on Twitch. She just like streams video games the entire time, and I look at her like, how were you streaming for 13 hours? Like, what are you doing? And she's like nocturnal at this point. She's just like, that's all I do. I go and I stream and I play video games for hours and hours on end. Like, I don't know how to do that.
Do you play video games?
No, I'm someone who loves to watch video games. I'm the person who will watch other people play video games to figure out what the storyline, like what happens in all the storylines. Like, do you watch The Last of Us?
Mm-mm.
So it's this new show on HBO that's based off of a zombie video game that came out in 2013. And I'm the type of person to go look up like really nerdy streamers on YouTube. Like I used to watch PewDiePie and Cinnamon Toast Ken, and I'll watch them play these video games for hours and hours just to figure out where the storyline goes. But I will never play myself. I like watching people do stuff. I'm a spectator.
It's because I feel like they just know how to do it. And it, like, at least for me, like when I play video games, I have no idea what I'm doing. And it takes me a million hours to get to the past the first level. But yeah, watching people, it's like, oh, they actually know what they're doing.
I'll play DDR.
Dance Resolution?
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, I'm terrible at it, but I'll play it.
Oh my gosh, I love that game.
I think it's just so fun. It's such like a fun little thing to do. And some people are so good at it. I had this friend he's still alive. I don't know why I said had. I have this friend named Can. He was in America's Best Dance Crew. He was a part of Poriotics. And I met him recently, but I guess I had a cousin who grew up with him in Orange County, and she knew him when he had just came here to America from Vietnam. And he learned how to dance because he was so good at DDR. Like, he came to America, played DDR, got super good at dancing, and then like won America's Best Dance Crew. That was like his natural progression. It was hilarious. It's so cool. So when I think of DDR, I think of him. I don't think he knows I know that story either. I should probably tell him. But,
DDR is, I feel like, has such a big fan base too. Like,
yeah. Also, anytime I'm at Dave and Buster's, if I see a guy and a girl playing DDR, immediately in my head, I'm like praying that they fall in love. I am praying that they fall in love.
Have you ever played DDR with a significant other?
No, I've always played with like a cousin. I've never had a significant other who wanted to play DDR with me. Now I feel like I have to do that. That's like the next date idea. Like, Dance Revolution. Yes. We get down.
I would love to have someone play Dance I always call it Resolution.
Resolution, yes. We're going to dance until we resolve your childhood trauma. That's what it is.
Yeah, but my man doesn't like playing, or he doesn't like dancing.
He doesn't like dancing. Do you like dancing?
I do. I love dancing.
Yeah, what type of dancing do you do? Just like put on music dance.
Right, yeah.
I love that. That's another thing. I love watching girls dance. I think it's so fun. I want to live on a commune with a bunch of like girls, not in like a Manson type of way, but like in a like, hey, let's like cottage core, you know?
Yeah.
Like beautiful dresses, pick berries, like listen to like the fucking flute play in the background. Like that's all I want. Bake bread, make cakes.
Yes, that sounds like a dream to me.
Truly.
Okay, let's see what other questions I have for you. What made you want to start an OnlyFans? I'm
not even gonna lie, money. Like, truly money.
So you were podcasting and you're like, I'm not seeing money. I
was podcasting and I was making good money, but it wasn't, because granted, like, we live in LA. Like, everything here is so expensive. Yeah. It was enough money for me to live and be able to save up like a couple $100s here and there. And I didn't live like a very lavish life. Like, the only thing I really spent a lot of money on was my apartment. And that's because like I'm somebody who needs to have like a nicer place to live, because I'm such a hermit. Like, I need my home to really feel like a safe place. So a lot of my money was going towards my rent. And then at the time I had a nice car, but that was because I got money from a car accident and that's how it paid for it. So I wasn't like paying for, because I have a Porsche. And so a lot of people thought like, oh, she has a lot of money, but it's like that got paid for because my last car got totaled by a van.
I see.
And it was my fault. So they paid me and I bought a nice car when I probably should just like kept the money, but I was splurging.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was living like basically paycheck to paycheck, with the exception like a couple $100s, unless I was going crazy on Postmates that month. And during the pandemic, it was just like, I need something to do. And also like, who cares? It's just going to be like feet pictures. And in the back of my head, because I want to be a go-go dancer, I was always okay with posting photos of like me in a bathing suit or me in lingerie. And I just kept that to myself, but told people it was only going to be my feet, because I feel like everyone kind of likes seeing a train wreck happen, oddly enough. Like, so I wanted to play into this storyline of like, I'm going to start with feet and then slowly keep adding stuff in, and people are going to like watch like a train wreck unfold. But like, it was always stuff that I was already okay doing. I made a set of rules for myself before I started an OnlyFans of like what I am willing to do, what I'm absolutely not willing to do. And these things will probably change in the next few years, but they are like rules for myself to follow to make sure I don't fall into a trap of like doing this for a certain amount of money and then doing things that I will later regret, just because like based on who I am and what I'm comfortable with and what I do and do not want out on the internet. So I started doing that. And I just ended up really loving the financial freedom of being my own boss and making content that I wanted to do. Sometimes I feel like when I'm making content with someone else, sometimes like I will accidentally say stuff like on podcasts that I didn't mean to say, or it slips because I'm an open book in my personal life and I didn't realize that I can't just keep telling stories about people on podcasts that like did not give their consent to like have the story being told, or like pieces of my life that will later like not be used against me, but just like things I probably wouldn't have shared with the world if I was more conscious of like, hey, there's going to be a lot of people who listen to this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just trying to keep like as much of the content that I want to make out there in a way that I feel like good about.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily regret anything I've said or done on a podcast. Just certain things where I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that story. Like, I didn't think how like this person would have felt if I said it.
Right.
So that's where I really love OnlyFans. Like, I'm able to do what I want with it, edit it how I want, and yeah.
You're in complete control. And
yeah.
Yeah, you're able to think about it more.
Yeah, definitely. I love OnlyFans.
I do too.
It's so much fun.
It is fun, and making good money and having like freedom with your time is amazing.
What were you doing before OnlyFans?
I was going to school for environmental science.
You give me I can't speak. Oh my gosh. Environmental science vibes. You really do. Yeah. You look like the type of person to tell me to recycle and protect the earth. I'm like, yes, queen. Slay. Absolutely.
I know, but I guess I didn't care enough about the earth because once I started making money, I was like, see you later. I'm not doing this anymore.
You're like, there are other people who will save the earth. I'll contribute in my own way.
Yeah, maybe I'll contribute once I am done with OnlyFans and can like devote more time to it. But yeah, I was doing OnlyFans like full time. It was like my full time job, and so my grades were like slipping. So I was like, I'm not even getting anything out of this right now anyway, so I might as well just take a break. And also, Charlie Puth messaged me on Instagram.
Charlie Puth. Oh,
I've never told that on the podcast before.
Oh my god! Please tell me more.
So I had like my first viral video I made was me like stretching in front of my mirror and talking about how I was auditioning for the Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah.
And it got like 3 million views on TikTok. I was like, oh, I'm pumped up. I made like $50K that month on OnlyFans.
You're like, I'm fucking killing it.
I was poor. I could.
Cirque du Soleil can't even have me anymore. They can't afford me.
Exactly. And then Charlie Puth messaged me and he was like, auditioning for the circus. LOL, you're funny. And I was like, what did I say? I was like, gotta reel him in somehow. And then he was like, well, you reeled me in. And I was like, I'm impressed.
Did that go anywhere?
He never responded to that.
See, I feel like men who have larger social media followings are always like that. They love like just DMing girls and then like ghosting them after like a couple replies. I think that's always the thing.
He got me excited though. I was like,
yeah, like false hope. Charlie Puth, what are you doing?
I
know you're not spending all this time making songs, like out of the sound of your fucking lawnmower going off in the back.
Right.
Like, it's fine.
But it's actually funny because I didn't even know who he was.
Oh,
like
really?
When he messaged me.
Yeah.
But then like I listened to a couple of his songs. I'm like, oh, I've definitely heard these, but I like didn't really know him as an artist. But yeah, so once, I like called my brother and I was like, Charlie Puth messaged me. Like, I gotta drop out of school.
Like, I gotta. I'm the star, clearly. I have 3 million views on this TikTok. Charlie Puth is hitting me up. Like, we're gonna get married. It's basically a done deal.
Yeah, that was the peak of my career, I'd say.
See, I feel like my TikTok crush is currently Lewis Capaldi. You know who that is? So he's this, I believe he's Scottish singer.
I love Scottish people. I love the culture.
Love the accents too. They're always like, they just seem like lovely people, truly. But he's just so fucking funny on TikTok. And I feel like when I see really big celebrities on TikTok, it's either a huge hit or like a huge miss. It's like, you shouldn't have had joined. I know someone on your like team told you to join, but like, please stay off of TikTok. And then there's the other half, like, I need more. I cannot get enough of you. That's Lewis Capaldi for me. And he's
I'll
just
have to look him up.
I love him. But I would be so nervous to meet him because I think he may not like me as a person. But I just assume that in everyone. He's hilarious. Like one of the funniest people I've seen online.
Dang, I'll have to check him out.
Love him.
So have you made any big purchases with your OnlyFans money? Have you like splurged?
The biggest splurge I've done is I gave my parents a bunch of money to pay off their house. Like, that was one of the first things I did. Like, I got money. And in my head, like, it probably wasn't the smartest thing because it happened during that, like, peak 3 months of, like, oh, you're killing it. You're going to make this money forever.
Right.
And I gave them, like, a lot of money.
That gave me goosebumps.
I gave them a lot of money. Was like, please pay off your house. Like,
That's
go
so nice.
and relax. This is the least I can do. Thank you for coming here from Vietnam. So I can sell pictures of myself on the internet. Full circle. Take that, communism. But yeah, that was the biggest thing I've ever spent. What's the biggest thing you've splurged on?
Probably my Tesla.
Teslas are fucking nice.
You come in here being like, I gave my money to my parents. I'm like, I bought a Tesla.
No, absolutely. As you should. I feel like you definitely need to spend that money on yourself as well. Because I was having this moment where I was freaking out so bad when I first started OnlyFans. I remember so many people in the comments who were just like, oh, you're going to like make a bunch of money, spend it, lose it, and you're never going to make this money ever again. And that's always like a thought in the back of my mind of this may all go away, so you need to be really smart with your money.
And that's a good mindset to have.
But at this point in time, I was like, fuck you. You don't know anything. I'm fucking reeling it in. And so I was like, I'm going to take care of my parents. I'm going to give them all this money. And then afterwards, like the dip happened. I was like, holy shit, they were right. They knew all along. Jesus Christ, what do I do? How do I pay my taxes?
I know,
but like
right?
it started like evening out. Like, oh, okay, I'm still making great money. It's fine. Maybe don't give that much money away at once. But yeah, still happy I did it.
That's good.
It's hilarious that people think girls on OnlyFans don't pay their taxes.
Do they actually think that?
Yes, that was the biggest thing. People were like, oh, just wait until that like year comes up and you spend all your money. You didn't save it for taxes. She's going to be in jail for like tax evasion. I'm like, everyone I know on OnlyFans has great like financial teams. Everyone is paying their taxes. What are you talking about?
Have you paid your taxes for last year yet?
Oh my God. The first year I had to pay taxes with OnlyFans was insane. I was looking at it like, oh, what?
Same. That's
thankfully,
what
like I had the money to pay it off because I live pretty frugally. I was like, okay, like take it, fine, please, like take care of it. Just, I don't want to get. They're gonna come for me like at my door for this money. They're gonna like shake me down like a mob. The IRS truly strikes fear into my heart. But yeah, I paid it off right away. It was like, oh, okay, that's good. Oh, try to like do better next year with how I plan stuff out. I just didn't realize how much money you would have to pay the government for something like that.
Yeah.
It's like,
especially in California.
Yeah. That's why so many OnlyFans girls live in Miami or like Costa Rica.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
I would live in Costa Rica in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I mean, if you only have to be there for like 6 months and a day, you might as well do that during like the beautiful time of the year before like the monsoons and tsunamis come, and then you're like, okay, I'll be back.
I don't even know. I didn't even know there was monsoons and tsunamis.
I think there are. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but
have you ever been?
I have not been to Costa Rica. I hear nice things, but I haven't traveled very much. That's what I really want to do next with the like OnlyFans money, and then take pictures around the world. But
where's the craziest place you've traveled?
The craziest place I've ever traveled would probably be Vietnam. Like when I was a kid, my family used to go a lot to visit my relatives who still live there. And it was always such a crazy experience seeing how people live in America versus like a third world country. Granted, I was told that Vietnam is no longer the same type of country I saw and knew the last time I was there. Like it's super technologically advanced, very touristy now. It's really nice. I'm going to try to go again in July because I haven't seen my family since I was a sophomore in high school.
Oh, wow.
But that's probably the craziest place I've been to. I really want to go to Europe, though. I really want to go to the UK.
Where would you go in the UK?
I want to go to London, take the train to Paris, and I just got done watching White Lotus, so I really would love to go to Italy, too.
Yeah.
I just want to live my like Jennifer Coolidge life there right now.
She's hilarious.
I love her. I'm so happy with her coming back right now. It's for me, I love her having a comeback, and I love Brendan Fraser coming back because I had such a crush on him.
You did?
When I was a kid. Yeah, when I was a kid, my favorite movie was The Mummy, and I wanted to be an Egyptologist because I thought, like, as this like little girl, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and be an Egyptologist. I'm gonna be just like the main girl in the movie. I'm gonna be like the smart, like nerdy girl who can read hieroglyphics, and I'm gonna break a curse with this like hunky himbo, like that, and we're gonna get married and have children, and it's gonna be fabulous. And I realized like, oh, I'm not gonna marry Brendan Fraser because I'm an Egyptologist. So I gave up on that dream pretty quickly. After
Have you seen his new movie?
The Whale? I have not yet. I want to watch it so bad.
I've seen it. It's pretty good.
Is it good?
It made me cry.
Oh, God. I feel like I would see him on screen and just cry just because I'm like happy that he's back in Hollywood.
He had to gain a lot of weight for that film.
Yeah, I feel like every time I see an actor gain a bunch of weight and then lose a bunch of weight, it's always so... I feel so stressed for them. Like, how did you do that? Mm-hmm. What did you do to like fluctuate your body that can't be good for you?
It definitely can't. Unless you're like working out really hard. Mm-hmm. I feel like that, like, how can that be bad for you? Yeah,
that's fair. I don't know. I'm a binge eater, so I can't lose weight to save my life, truly.
Really?
I'm the girl in Mean Girls when they're having their detention. She's like, I just want to bake cookies and like have everyone eat and smile and be happy. Like I eat my feelings. Like that's me. Yeah. Through and through. I love it.
But Pilates is going to be pulling through soon.
Pilates is so fucking hard.
How long have you been doing it for?
I did once a week for about 3 months, and then I gave up because I'm like, I cannot do this. I had one, back to like me thinking, my algorithm thinking that I'm autistic. I do get like, overstimulated with a lot of like, if there's a lot going on, a lot of noise and a lot of action, I do kind of retreat back into myself because I feel like everything is so overwhelming. Mm-hmm. So in Pilates, the last Pilates class I had, the instructor was really intense, and she was like this beautiful like 5'3" like blonde girl with like the best body I've ever fucking seen in my life. And she's just like, do you want to fit in that fucking bikini? I'm sweating. I'm shaking, like trying to do this plank. I'm just like, I can't. I'm overstimulated. I can't go back. I'm scared. So I never went back. But I'm sure she's a lovely lady.
How long has it been since that happened?
Almost maybe 8 months. It's been a while.
What do you do for working out other since you aren't doing that anymore?
I will lift weights. I used to be a power lifter, so I used to lift a lot of heavy weights, and then I got a back injury that never really recovered. I thought it did. Mm-hmm. It did not. I went to a chiropractor in the last, I want to say 2 months, and he was like, hey, so you have the back of like a 40-year-old. You know that, right? How old are you? It's like, I'm 27. But yeah, I was truly just like squatting and deadlifting too much for my little body to handle, because I'm 5'2". I'm 5'1" on a good day. I'm 5'1" on a great day. And I, at the time, was weighing about 120 pounds, lifting, squatting 240, deadlifting 245. I was benching 100 pounds.
Damn.
And I was ripped. I wasn't even really ripped. I was just like a tank.
Yeah.
Of a lady.
You look strong though.
Oh my God, thank you.
Can you flex?
Well, I don't know if you can even see with my tattoo anymore, but yeah, it's just I shouldn't have had that much weight on my body. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense.
So you're not lifting weights at all anymore?
I lift some weights, but very light weights. I like doing cardio. I'm kind of a cardio bunny now.
Have you ever done hot yoga?
I've done it once, and it felt like a very culty experience.
Really?
Not in a bad way, but because I didn't know what to expect. And at the end, the instructor had this cool down session where she was playing ambient music, and it sounded like people were doing the Buddhist meditation sounds.
Yeah.
And I just didn't expect that. I was like, I could see why people get into this. This feels kind of culty. This is what I imagine CrossFit is, but on the other spectrum.
Yeah, it's kind of almost spiritual experience.
Yes, it feels very spiritual, which it makes sense because it has its roots in Buddhism. So yeah. I'm like, okay, I get it. I get why people love this.
It is kind of I get that culty feeling, especially with their sayings at the end. They'll say some sort of inspirational thing. Yeah. And yeah, I feel like if you do it, you just take what you want from the experience. But I would say it's the best way to lose weight.
Yeah.
Hot yoga. Whenever I do hot yoga, my boobs are gone. I lose all my fat on my body.
Really? Wait, so I feel like I can never understand how people do that they like stick to it religiously. Maybe it's because I give up so easily on stuff, but like I don't even know where I'm going with this. Like hot yoga always seemed so intimidating to me that I didn't understand how people would go back even after doing it that one time. Because I'm like, again, everything scares me. I'm intimidated of everything. Also, like girls are doing like handstands and shit. And I'm like, it's
how can you
95 degrees in here right now. What is happening?
I know.
Like if I had to have like a team of people in a zombie apocalypse, I want like a girl who does Pilates, a girl who does hot yoga, someone who is like a guy to like lift heavy shit and like be good at fighting. But for the most part, like I want a bunch of like jacked girls in Pilates and hot yoga. I feel like I can finagle my way around a zombie apocalypse with them.
Definitely. People that do hot yoga are on another level. Like I did not do like any of the inversion things when I was doing it.
Yeah.
But still, it was like an incredible workout. And I only did it once a week. And I was, it makes you lose weight like crazy.
Also, you look great.
Thank you. I don't do it anymore, though, because I decided I'd like my boobs to stay instead of disappear.
That's fair. That's a fair trade-off.
Yeah.
Tits or yoga?
Yeah. I chose the tits this time.
I feel like I would always choose the tits, too, to be fair.
Do you have fake boobs?
I don't.
Really?
No. My mom is like, her side of the family like gains all their fat like in their upper body. So like I have boobs, but I also have like mad back fat, honestly. Like when my tits are big, like my back, fucking linebacker. I'm a big bitch from behind when my tits are big. But yeah, I always wanted to have fake boobs though when I was a kid because everyone in my family, a lot of my aunts and my cousins worked at Vietnamese coffee shops, and since a lot of Vietnamese or Asian girls in general are much more petite, they get fake boobs to like make more tips. And I always thought I was gonna go and get a boob job, but I never did.
You don't need it.
Oh, thanks. I love looking at girls with fake boobs though. There's something about it. I think again, like mommy issues. I just like it feels like home. I'm like yes, like a petite lady with dark hair and like big tits. I'm like home. I feel like I could trust you with my life. Even though I probably shouldn't. I don't think that's funny. A great idea.
That reminds me of my brother because he is like super into big boobs. Like it's like every girl he's with has to have big boobs. And our mom has really big boobs. Yeah. And one time I was
it's like... It's an Oedipus complex.
Yeah. I was
absolutely.
Like, do you like women with big boobs because of mom? And he goes, yeah, definitely.
At least he admits it. At least he's like...
he's like, yeah, probably. Or something like that. Yeah.
I remember my mom telling me this theory when I was younger, saying that guys who are into boobs want like a mommy, and then guys who are into butts want like a princess. Like some like guys who are into butts are like the providers who like have like a submissive girl, and then guys who want girls with big boobs are like looking for like the mommy to take charge and like take care of everything for them. That's how my mom always described like boobs versus butts to me as a kid. I don't know if that holds up, but I think there's something to it. Huh?
I feel like I'm both.
Yeah.
Like I have both of those.
You're a chameleon. You can do whichever. You appeal to the masses.
Exactly. Okay, well, I'm a little nervous to ask this question. Have you ever kissed a girl?
No, I've never had the luxury, truly.
You've never kissed a girl ever?
No, I feel like all of my girlfriends growing up were always kind of like... we weren't the type of girls to kiss each other, and I always felt like I needed at least one of those girls in my group at one time so I can like know what it was, and it never happened. I just like we never had a girl in our friend group that was like, oh, like I like to kiss girls.
Can I take your girl kissing virginity right now?
Yes. Yes. Oh my god, I'm nervous. Wait, how does this go?
We're just gonna do a little.
Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes because I don't know what's happening.
Wait, lean forward.
Oh my god, I'm nervous. I think I'm sweating.
You're so cute.
What is happening? Okay. I'm fine.
It's just like kissing anyone else.
Okay.
Aww, that was so cute.
That was the best kiss I've ever had.
Your lips are so soft.
I'm not even like saying that right now. Maybe I am bi. Like this might be the thing that like convinces me, because I had a girlfriend who said that she knew she was definitely straight because she kissed a girl and she didn't like how soft a woman was. You
liked it?
I liked it.
I liked it too.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry, Ari. I think I want her. Can I? Oh my God. I'll propose to her right now. I was just telling her I'd provide for her. Like,
sorry to every previous guest I've had, but that was the best kiss.
Oh my God. I love it. It's funny.
Well, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you so much for having me.
What are your things that you would like to plug? We'll also put them in the description below.
It is onlyfans.com/teen. It's TIIIEEEN. Or you just go to my Instagram. Just type in my name, Katine Lee.
Katine Lee.
And yeah, you'll find all my links in my Instagram bio.
Okay, great.
Thank you so much for having me.
Everything will be linked in the description below as well. But yeah, thank you so much for being on. It was super fun.
Thank you for being my first kiss. Oh my God.
I can't believe I just took
I think this is like the best thing that's happened to me in a month. Like at least a month. Oh my Lord.
I feel very privileged to have taken your first kiss virginity.
Thank you. I couldn't have had asked for a better person. Truly.
Okay, well, that's a wrap.
Bye.
Oh my God.
I think you single-handedly, like, I think I'm bi now. I get it.